One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina, home to the Duke Blue Devils. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Illinois Fighting Illini, taking on a team from the ACC, the Duke Blue Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Blue Devils will put total leather and we'll get started. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Illinois' offense will get first crack at it today. We've got a battle that you two are going to love, and so is everybody else for that matter. High-octane offense, stone-wall defense. As they say, something's got to give, Jesse.
Yeah, this is a classic example here of the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, right? Something has got to give, and you really got to dive into the X's and O's in a game like this because every single individual matchup on the field matters when these two teams play each other.
Yeah, and these are just fun, right? Like great versus great. Like who's going to win? What style's going to prevail? Both these teams have been able to impose their will week after week on their opponents. Now, high-powered matchup. Who's going to get the win?
The sure hands, it's Clement. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Luke Altmyer started his career as a backup to Matt Corral at Ole Miss, but man, did he blossom for the Fighting Illini. Had their best season in more than 20 years, and maybe more in store for him, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there were still a lot of fans that I think were skeptical when the transfer portal news came out that he was going to be joining Illinois. People wanted to see what all the hype was about. You saw it last year, not just running the ball, but making big plays through the air. Really curious to see if Luke Altmyer can take the next step this season, because if they do, this is going to be a really, really tough team to beat.
Illinois can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Illinois moving it quickly down the field. Looking to throw, it's Altmyer. Finds his big tight end.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you could tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
The Fighting Illini with options here on 2nd and short. The play action fake. Caught in the backfield. It's Arkin. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, that was pretty easy for the quarterback, right? You just need a few yards to pick up that first, so you find the tight end, put it on his body, let him go do the work, and you keep the drive alive.
Illinois picked up the first down. Now here they come again. Caught behind the line. It's Dixon. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Offense in a bunch formation. Lost to fire on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Clement. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly, running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And I think on that last play, it's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. Looking to throw, it's Altmaier. Grabbed over the middle, it's Dixon. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Man, listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually, keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
It's 1st and goal as Illinois comes to the line. The snap sets up to throw. Wideout trying to get it in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
And after that strong play on 1st down, they're right on the cusp of a score. 2nd and goal. Go straight ahead. They'll knock him down behind the line, and that's how we'll end this quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that 1st quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Keeps it on the draw. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
And how about a decision time right off the jump? 4th down. Do I want to go for it? 1st drive. I don't know what you're going to do.
I'm taking the points right here. It's early in the game. You're trying to pay off this opening drive. Just get some points up on the board. If it was a little closer to the end zone, I'd say maybe go for it, but I'm playing conservative.
And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And that'll put the 1st points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll bring it out. It's Jones. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. So the Duke Blue Devils offense will try to get something started with their 1st possession. And are we ever lucky to see these 2 great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these 2 quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are 2 huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Got his man downfield. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And the Blue Devils have it with a 1st and 10. Wide open field. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Blue Devils are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Anthony. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
On the ground, it's Moore. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Looking down the middle. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Touchdown, Illinois! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And I love the way they break on the football, swarm to the football. This is why you do it, because sometimes the ball comes out, the linebacker picks it up, and tell you what, the big fella shows some speed, takes it all the way back for 6.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Little. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
And the Blue Devils come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. It's caught downfield. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Gonna look downfield again. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Stopped right at the 40-yard line, and this defense celebrating the turnover.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Leaves it with the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. To the air. It's Altmaier. Hauls it in. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Illinois can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. Keep it on the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air on first down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And he's already 1 for 1, so this time he'll try to put one through from 39 yards out. Never a doubt. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Durham. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case? Consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Brooks Field inside Wallace Wade Stadium.
Illinois has it teed up, ready to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Moore. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Anthony.
He's standing at the 25-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
The Blue Devils can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the shotgun, they'll run it. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. And the Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He'll pull it on the read. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that first down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
The Blue Devils will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quick completion on the out route. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. A little screen to the running back. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Caught near the sticks. It's Anthony. To the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense. With all those receivers in the game, you might think they were getting ready to try to take a big shot. Instead, just efficiently moving the chains.
Yeah, you got all that speed. It scares the mess out of me. I might give you more of a cushion, especially in some areas where you're going to get good matchups of safeties or linebackers on receivers. Nice execution by the offense, getting a free 1st down.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Gain of 4. Brings up 2nd down.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Just keeps slinging it. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
And if you're going to throw a heater like that as a quarterback, you better be accurate, because tips lead to picks, especially when you're throwing it over the middle of the field. That time trying to find his tight end, but it is not an accurate throw. It goes up in the air, and the defense makes him pay with the pick.
Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. The pull and throw off the RPO. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Trying play action. Finds his man. It's Dixon. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Illinois now staring at a 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the 1st down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. The official says no good. After the missed field goal, fellas, still a 13-point ball game.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are the ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
That's reeled in. It's Anthony. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. And the Blue Devils come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. That's the end of the period. It's Illinois with the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14.
And man, this offense needed that. They've got to get it go. That clock is ticking. They've got 0 points on the game. They've got to put a couple of plays together. There's play number 1. Let's see if they can get a streak going, get down the field, and put some points on the scoreboard.
From the red zone, it's Moore. Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12.
Second down coming up.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Duke! They thought maybe they could contain him. They thought wrong.
They did, and don't call him a quarterback anymore. Just call these guys skill players. I mean, so fast, you can tell the angles just get chewed up. You think you got a chance to catch him. Tell you what, put that in your back pocket. Understand, that guy can fly. I better make sure I take the proper angles when I'm chasing him.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll leave it with him. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
They'll send the back in motion. Snagged in the middle. It's Arkin. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Fighting Illini with options here on second and short. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Illinois needs a big play here on third and long. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Hauls it in at the 25. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Going right to work up top. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes the grab down the middle. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Hey, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Extra point here will give them the lead. And that extra point was good, and now they have the lead in the fourth. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. This drive will open from the 15. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to throw, it's Altmaier. Got his man quickly. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Illinois trying to move the chains on 3rd and inches. They'll try to get it through the air. Quickly complete.
That's something as a defense you got to be prepared for. In a 2-minute situation like this, you know they're going to try to throw the football to the sidelines and get guys out of bounds. So you got to have outside leverage, or you need zone defense to help out and try to bracket guys on these outbreaking routes.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Got it in the middle. It's Arkin. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Man, this tight end, he is like a receiver once he has the ball, isn't he? He's so elusive. He can make people miss. He's got some wiggle, and he's got some speed. This defense, they have their hands full trying to bring this guy down.
Illinois coming back to the line with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And that's a good job by this defense. The 2-minute situations can be tough, especially communicating, and you know they want to push the ball down the field, but a lot of times it's towards the sidelines. They protect the middle of the field, play great defense all across the board.
Gonna sling it on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
The bad news, he didn't get the 1st down there. The good news, though, he got out of bounds, stopped the clock. They still have 1 timeout, so there's a lot of time still in this 2-minute situation to march down the field and get a score.
They've got a 3rd down and manageable from right around midfield. Dropping back, it's Altmaier. Fires left, and it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot. That's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Pocket breaking down. They got him for the sack, and now get the ball back after the fourth down stop.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
The Blue Devils enter the final minute with the lead. Power football with the run. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Throwing right. It's caught. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.